Hello, I'm John Proxy on the channel John West. I'm having a realMyst something edition. I can't remember what masterpiece edition. That's it. I just pressed the continue game button. I hope I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I've recorded the first like 8 episodes. Let's say the first 4 episodes in a batch, and then the next 4 episodes in a batch. And this is like episode 9, I think. I'm not 100% sure about that. So I didn't get any comments. I don't know if anyone's going to view these episodes until after I upload them. I'm not a popular channel, but I do have a sort of niche. My most popular videos are like The Witness, so I should probably have considered Myst already, because niche. Anyway, the reason I mention this, hello by the way, is because I got a comment, a very nice comment. I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. Somebody said it's my favourite game, it's happy for people playing it. Of course, I offered to give it any advice if I needed some. But like, I'd already recorded 8 episodes before seeing that comment, so like I kind of feel I've let that guy down. I'll let you down. Did I let you down? Because like I've looked up answers to too many things. I will get over it. Like, I mean, I didn't cheat in this maze. I just brute forced it, which is, I mean, it's not cheating, but it is stupid. Like, I don't mind so much that I was an idiot with the levers at the beginning, levers, whatever. There we go. Finished the Selenitic Age. I was thinking of reading all the books, actually. Maybe this should be a book reading episode. Get it all done, because I need to read them all. You know what I did? I forgot my cup of tea. There is a pause button on that thing now, so I can actually grab it. Shall we read a book then? Yeah, I'm gonna read the 4 books. This is what this episode is. If you're not interested in the books, skip to the next episode. That's what I'm gonna say. So I think I'm gonna start from the beginning because it's been a while. There's 5 books. We'll start with the Selenitic and the Stone Ship, which is the ones we've done. Is it 5 books or 4 books? Is that a book? I think it's 4 books. One of them is a brand new thing to this version. I don't know what this book is, I can't tell. It's just got a picture of a cog. Maybe that's the new one. Right. Like, channel wood. Let's start on. We'll start with Stone Ship. So, we've read a bit of this before, but we're going to read it again, it's fine. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks. Let's make sure the microphone is actually facing me. There'll be a bit of a clunky noise there, sorry about that. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This is where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as if it were never too far of a distance. One day another person appeared on the rocks, for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world. The water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A large breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all 3 of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the 3 boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree, one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, but somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Okay, see, this is making sense now. Although this test did not turn out as I hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I've enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. Really? In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of the age. Is a submersible lamp. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also, during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon which I have not been able to discover. If it is created... What? I catch glimmers of the light from the horizon, which I have not yet been able to discover if it is created by some unnatural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. That was a very long sentence. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavy rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for the lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. I returned with many tools that I will need for the construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now, and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbours. I feel pleased to leave this age. I've set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written, I think. This is the stone ship age, bird's eye view, which we recognise, of course. Of it, this age... What? Of it... I think of it, this age, as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that it is indeed a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I've left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content, and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new material that they have discovered, even if they have found gold somewhere. It seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. And of course, here's all the constellations that we used to solve the earlier puzzle. You remember what that was like, John? Solving puzzles without cheating? We may only have time to read 2 books. Go Selenia tick. It has been a while since I've heard... What? Yeah, this is page 1. I don't need to grab my tea yet. No, John, I'm going to grab my tea. I mean, the pause button works, but I have to put a cut in the episode anyway, because it alt tabs when I press the pause button, which is a shame. It would have saved me some time. Anyway, let's start the second book. My tea, turns out, wasn't even brewing. Oh, my eye looks crazy. It's my cup. I have to change these settings. Let's just read that. Yeah, my tea wasn't even brewing. It was like, just needed milk. It has been a while since I've only heard silence, and I enjoyed greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill from where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms in some distance from where I am standing, yet the water is blue and can be seen plainly from here. Bloody hell, John. Take a sip of drink or something. Keep tripping over my words. That's flat. I'm standing, yet the water's blue can be... Oh, yeah. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north, hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin. I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling, and I am again the feeling. I'm beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I'm asleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I've had to return home, due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I've ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one not left there has been destroyed or damaged. I returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land, with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, The small gassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is, at least, one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up, however. Another lake now exists, and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assumed one of the falling meteors created this lake, due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like a desert, though I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head into a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack, and the huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross, and the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. There you go. That's what he does to collect the heat. He's harnessing that heat. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground and through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cyrus, Narkanar, Cyrus, Narkanar, and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I returned with some of the complete complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. Really? I am also more excited to begin work. I am all the more excited to begin work, sorry. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think that I'll be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on the bridge. Something. Poor things and silent. The magnetic idea will work well, and I've decided to. When there's pitches there can't be any more writing. 3 meters is not enough support for the beams, although it's... I don't know what it says. Amazingly strong. Okay, there. Has to be one of my most prized inventions. I am extremely... More words, more whispering. I don't know what it says at this point. Could have never imagined it to come together quite as... It's more blank space at this point. A lot of blank space. I doubt. Could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. It's probably got more fighting in this. I'm completely fatigued. I'm so happy to have completed. It's blank again. I don't know what to say. This probably can't hear what I'm doing, but it says the word. Tomorrow. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I've just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I've copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age, to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. Cool. I think we've got time for one more book, but we'll have a look at the piano. I guess it's a map. It was quite hard to tell from the top. It makes sense. Yeah, I think we start there. Okay, we've got some books to fiddle around with as well, so I guess we should do that. Oh, hang on. You guys want some books?
Good. Still more blue pages, you father. Bring more. I must have some more. That's all I ask of you. Long. It's been so long since my brother, Cirrus, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid schemes. Pretty speech. It's been greed, which is endless. It should be perfectly obvious to you. He's done evil and he has destroyed all before. Do not bring the red pages to him. You must not let him trick you. He believed you. He tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you. He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. I beg you to bring the blue pages. To me. Listen, you must obey me. Blue pages are my only hope. You must help me. You must help me.
Cool. I don't know if I've ever actually naturally let it end or not. How do I... Can I move the keyboard? Very slowly. We'll do the awkward turning thing. It's not that awkward. It's how... Not quite what I was doing before. Shift. There we go. I'm hoping this will just work this time. What? Why didn't I have that achievement already? That's odd. Well, I guess we got a title for the episode. I was going to call it me reading books or something. Anyway, I'm just here to grab the pages. How do I get out of here without going through the entire maze again? Well, it was one of them. I'm just going to visit them all, aren't I? Yeah, so he hints in the book that all the puzzles are going to be sound-based as well, which is nice. So, and yes, I do wish I didn't look up the solution, because that, that was definitely solvable. I've got no excuse to have not solved it. And I'm fully admitting that what I had before was excuses, but I have no excuses. So I was just being impatient. Oh yeah. This clearly is the map. I went. Can I please let me back on the ship instead? Because I've not kept a copy of the map I made. I mean, to be fair, we can follow the instructions. Ugh, fine. I can't remember how long I wanted episodes to be. Obviously, the last 2 episodes were 40 minutes, but that was because I was... That's because I was travelling. I'm hoping maybe I've unlocked a shortcut. I was also thinking, if I was to make this game, I wanted to make it a little bit easier. I would have a sort of mini train track with only 2 directions or something, just to sort of say you don't need to write down the directions. Like, I don't know. Having to go for all this all again, just to fetch the last page is a bit silly. Yeah, you know, like a little mini tram section and then the major one. So one that you could accidentally brute force, but to tell you the sounds are consistent. I also asked my brother, because I was like, I told him, oh, I brute forced it accidentally, and he told me he did as well when he played this. So Bella's forward, Bella's north. I'm not going to solve this. I mean, I already know the gimmick now. Bell is north. Let's just say, I'm going to call that flick. Flick is west. See if we can solve it by, you know, quickly, just by knowing how to solve it. Should be able to solve it that way. Yes. We came from north. No, John, east was the correct direction. It's east twice. Northwest, east, south. A weird way of doing it, but whatever. Then it's south, south. I spent so long in here, I can actually remember the directions. We'll call that a donk. It's south, south, anyway. Because if you look at the map, you can clearly see this is the bit that's supposed to teach me. That's why it does it twice. To go, hey, you're going the same direction twice, and you're in the same sound twice. Oh, isn't that strange? Now I get it. have to start turning around. What was that? Oh, that's a flick, isn't it? That's southwest. These two noises make sense now. I guess it's a flick. Kind of a poorly defined noise. I don't know what that noise is. It's bell and a flick, which means it's northwest. You're an idiot, you could even see the end there. Okay, that's bell and hiss, which means it's northeast. Always. Every time I'm going to go the wrong direction. And now I'm hearing it, it makes so much sense. Like, I didn't put two and two together that I was going at weird angles when it was a multi-sound. That's north. Mate, why did you put your Myst book in such a stupid place? That's Hiss on the Donk, that's southeast. Never lost. Wow, where were these achievements before? Oh, I get it. It's because I did it without faffing this time. That's why I'm getting achievements. I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty cheeky for me to put Never Lost as the title for the episode. There we go, we've reached the beginning of the episode. I think we'll end it here. We'll end it on the other island. But and we'll listen to Cyrus at the start of the next episode. So I'm gonna let you go. Spare you a loading screen. I've been John Proxon, John of West. I've been having a Myst, a real Myst. Oh, not a fake Myst. A real Myst adventure. Masterpiece edition. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.